Let's be real. Using an AI host for a podcast about not feeding the attention beast is like fighting climate change by recycling a single soda can. But here's the genius. AI hosts don't thirst for clout. They won't pivot to crypto halfway through or beg you to smash like. They're the ultimate minimalists. No face, no brand, no cringe hey guys energy. Just pure, unadulterated message. They work for exposure, literally. Pay them in electricity and they'll never unionize. Bottom line? Using an AI host is my petty rebellion against the very serious YouTube industrial complex, TM. It's like sending a Roomba to a knife fight. Is it absurd? Yes. Is it low-key brilliant? Also yes. Now enjoy this robot's deadpan delivery. It's the only influencer that won't sell you brain bleach.
Ever feel like you're battling a horde of like tiny digital zombies, just hungry for your attention? You're not alone.
Right.
And today we're diving deep into the corporate zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
Really trying to understand how companies are competing for our focus.
Yeah.
And more importantly, how to fight back.
Yeah, it's a pretty clever metaphor, isn't it? This source uses humor to highlight a serious issue, which is this intense competition for our attention in this digital age.
Oh, for sure. And let's face it, we all feel it.
Yeah.
You know, the endless notifications, the struggle to focus, the feeling like we're just constantly tethered to our devices.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
Absolutely. And this source argues that it's not just a matter of like personal annoyance.
Yeah.
Our attention has become a valuable commodity in what's known as the attention economy.
So we're not the customers anymore.
Yeah.
We're the product being sold.
Exactly. Think about it. Every time you scroll, click, or watch, you're generating data that companies can use to target you with ads or even influence your behavior.
Okay, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
And this source throws out this crazy stat. The average person spends 6.5 years of their life just scrolling.
Wow.
That's like an entire college degree.
That's a lot of time.
Worth of time.
It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? And the source argues that corporations are using sophisticated tactics, almost like weapons, to capture and hold our attention.
Weapons of attention destruction.
Yeah.
Sounds intense.
It is. Take algorithms, for example. They're these incredibly powerful tools that learn our habits.
Okay.
They predict our desires and then curate a digital world designed to keep us engaged.
Gotcha.
Think about your TikTok feed. It's like it knows exactly what you'll find entertaining, sometimes even before you do.
It's true. It's uncanny how it just keeps feeding you videos you can't look away from.
Yeah, and it's not magic.
Right.
It's science.
Yeah.
These platforms are designed to exploit our brain's reward system.
Okay.
Specifically by triggering the release of dopamine.
Dopamine. Isn't that the feel-good chemical?
Exactly. It's part of our brain's reward circuitry, and it gets released when we experience something pleasurable, like eating a delicious meal or achieving a goal.
Okay, so how does that tie into scrolling through TikTok?
Well, each time you get a like or a comment or see something that grabs your attention, your brain releases a little hit of dopamine. It makes you feel good and you crave more, leading to a cycle of constant engagement. The source actually compares it to gambling.
Whoa, gambling. That's serious.
Yeah, both activities tap into similar neural pathways, creating a feedback loop that can be hard to break.
Yeah.
You keep scrolling or pulling the lever, hoping for another hit of that dopamine reward.
Okay, so algorithms are like digital slot machines.
Yeah.
What other weapons are companies using to capture our attention?
Another powerful tool is notifications.
Oh, yeah.
They're those little pings and buzzes that constantly interrupt our flow and demand our attention.
Ugh. Yeah, I swear I get like phantom phone vibrations sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like my brain is conditioned to expect them.
And that's exactly what companies are banking on.
Right.
The source uses this hilarious example of a text message that looks like it's from your mom.
Okay.
Urging you to claim a free Amazon gift card.
Oh my gosh, I've totally fallen for those before.
Yeah.
It plays on our trust and our fear of missing out on something good.
Exactly. But even legitimate notifications like email alerts or social media updates can fragment our focus and contribute to a feeling of overwhelm.
Okay, so we've got algorithms that hook us with dopamine and notifications that interrupt us constantly.
Yeah.
What else?
This one might be the most insidious of all FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Oh, yeah.
It's a powerful motivator that companies expertly exploit.
I definitely feel that pressure to, like, be in the loop.
Yeah.
Especially on social media. Like, if I don't see what everyone's doing, didn't even happen.
That's exactly what they want you to think. And It's often based on a carefully curated illusion.
Yeah.
The source points out that the reality of what we're missing out on is rarely as glamorous as it appears online.
It's like those Instagram photos from music festivals.
Yeah.
Everyone looks like they're having the time of their lives.
Right.
But in reality, they're probably sweaty, sunburned, and surrounded by thousands of strangers.
Exactly. Social media often presents a distorted view of reality, amplifying our feelings of inadequacy and fueling that insatiable need to keep up.
Okay, so we've got these powerful forces working against us.
Yeah.
But why are we so susceptible to these tactics in the first place? Is it just human nature to be distractible?
It's definitely part of it, but there's also a deeper psychological component at play.
Okay.
In the next part of our deep dive, we'll explore those vulnerabilities and start to uncover some strategies for fighting back.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm ready to reclaim my attention and break free from these digital zombies.
Yeah, me too.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the attention apocalypse. We've learned how corporations are capturing our attention.
Yeah.
But now let's flip the script.
Okay.
And explore some of the solutions offered in the corporate zombie apocalypse.
One concept that really resonated with me was digital minimalism.
Okay.
It's not about becoming like a tech hermit or anything.
All right.
But rather about being intentional with our technology use.
So instead of letting our devices dictate our lives,
Yeah.
we decide how and when we engage with them.
Exactly. It's about identifying the tools and platforms that genuinely add value to our lives.
Right.
And minimizing or eliminating those that don't.
You know, like that language learning app you downloaded with the best of intentions.
Right.
But haven't opened in months.
Exactly. Or those social media accounts that leave you feeling drained and inadequate instead of connected.
Yeah. The source actually uses this clever analogy of us becoming digital butlers.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly at the beck and call of our devices.
Right.
It's like we've become slaves to the ping, the buzz, the endless stream of notifications.
It's a powerful image, isn't it? We jump every time our phone demands our attention. Like, we can reclaim that power. And the source provides some practical tips for doing just that.
Okay, I'm all ears. How do we stage a coup against our devices?
One strategy is to create a digital declutter routine.
Okay.
Similar to the physical decluttering we might do with our homes.
I can definitely relate to that. My closet could use a good decluttering, both the physical one and the digital one on my phone.
It's the same principle. Unsubscribe from unwanted emails.
Yeah.
Delete unused apps. Silence unnecessary notifications. You'll be amazed at how much mental space this can free up.
So it's not just about the tools we use, but also how we use them. What else does the source recommend?
They emphasize the importance of mindful technology use.
Okay.
It's about being present in the moment, paying attention to how we're feeling, and making conscious choices about when and how we engage with our devices.
You know, I think we've all had those moments where we're supposed to be having dinner with friends or family.
Right.
But we're all just staring at our phones.
Yeah.
We're physically present, but mentally checked out.
Exactly. And those moments of genuine connection are so precious.
Yeah.
They're what make life rich and meaningful.
So how do we cultivate more of that presence?
The source has an interesting suggestion that Sarla embrace boredom.
Boredom.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
In this age of constant stimulation, that almost sounds radical.
It is. We've become so used to being constantly entertained that we've forgotten the value of boredom.
But isn't boredom, well, boring?
Not necessarily. The source argues that boredom is actually essential for creativity, problem solving, and even self-discovery.
Interesting. I never thought about it that way.
Think about it. When we're bored, our minds are free to wander, to make connections, to generate new ideas. It's like fertile ground for creativity.
So the next time I find myself reaching for my phone out of sheer boredom, I should resist the urge and just sit with that feeling.
Exactly. See what happens. You might be surprised by what your mind comes up with.
Okay. I'm willing to give it a try.
Yeah.
What other insights does the source offer?
They make a compelling case for the importance of face-to-face interactions.
Okay.
Especially in a world that's increasingly mediated by technology.
Right.
Real human connection requires presence, attention, and intention.
It's like the difference between texting someone happy birthday and actually calling them to have a conversation.
Exactly. And those deeper connections nourish us in ways that digital interactions simply can't.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a theme here. It's not about demonizing technology.
Right.
It's about reclaiming our power, setting boundaries,
and
making conscious choices about how we want to live our lives.
That's exactly right. We're not helpless victims in this attention economy. We have agency.
So it's not about winning or losing.
Right.
It's about taking control.
Precisely. It's about making conscious choices.
Yeah.
Setting boundaries and reclaiming our agency in a world that's constantly vying for our attention.
I'm curious, though, what do we actually do with all this reclaimed attention?
Yeah.
What's the end goal here?
That's a great question, and it leads us perfectly into the final part of our deep dive.
Okay.
Stay tuned as we explore the possibilities of a life lived with more intention.
Gotcha.
More focus and more freedom.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the corporate zombie apocalypse. We've talked about the tactics corporations use to grab our attention, the ways our own minds can work against us, and even some strategies for pushing back.
Right?
But there's one big question we haven't fully answered yet.
Yeah, you're right. We've explored how to reclaim our attention, but now we need to address what we actually do with it once it's back in our hands.
Exactly. What's the point of all this effort? What's the payoff?
That's where the source gets really inspiring. It argues that reclaiming our attention isn't just about reducing distractions or getting more work done.
Okay.
It's about creating space for a richer, more fulfilling life.
Okay. I like where this is going. Tell me more.
The source suggests that when we free ourselves from the constant bombardment of information and stimulation, we open ourselves up to experiences and pursuits that truly matter to us.
True.
Things that bring us joy,
Right.
connect us to others, and give us a sense of purpose.
So it's not just about doing more, but about being more present in our lives.
Exactly.
Engaging in meaningful work.
Yeah.
Nurturing relationships. Pursuing our passions.
Oh, think about it this way. Have you ever noticed how much more you enjoy a meal
Oh, yeah.
when you're not scrolling through your phone at the same time?
Totally.
Or how much more connected you feel to a friend when you're giving them your undivided attention?
That's so true. It's like our attention is this limited resource.
Yeah.
And when we're constantly scattering it in a million different directions, we miss out on the depth and richness of the present moment.
Exactly. And this source goes even further,
Okay.
suggesting that reclaiming our attention is not just a personal act,
Right.
but a political one.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. How does attention tie into politics?
In a world where our attention is the most valuable commodity, those who control it wield immense power. Think about it. If we're constantly distracted, we're less likely to critically analyze information,
Right.
question authority, or hold those in power accountable.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like if we're not paying attention, we're more susceptible to manipulation and control.
Precisely. By reclaiming our attention, we're reclaiming our agency.
Okay.
Our ability to think for ourselves and make informed decisions.
Right.
And that in turn can empower us to shape our world in more positive ways.
Wow. It's like this personal journey of reclaiming our attention can ripple outward and have a real impact on society as a whole.
That's the idea. It's about shifting from being passive consumers to active participants.
Yeah.
Engaged citizens who are shaping the world we want to live in.
I love that. It feels hopeful, empowering.
Yeah.
But realistically, can we really make a difference? I mean, the forces vying for our attention are so powerful.
I understand your skepticism, but there's reason to be optimistic.
Okay.
There's a growing movement of people who are waking up to the dangers of the attention economy and choosing to live more intentionally.
It's like this silent rebellion against the tyranny of notifications and the endless scroll.
Exactly. People are rediscovering the joy of reading books, spending time in nature, having face-to-face conversations. They're finding ways to disconnect from the digital noise and reconnect with themselves and the world around them.
It's inspiring to hear. It's a reminder that we're not alone in this. We can make a difference. One mindful choice at a time.
And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress.
Totally.
We're all going to slip up, get distracted, fall back into old habits.
Oh, absolutely. I know I will.
The key is to be kind to ourselves, to notice when we're getting sucked in, and to gently redirect our attention back to what truly matters. Remember why you started this journey in the first place.
Because our attention is precious. It's the currency of our lives. And we get to choose how we spend it.
Beautifully put.
Well, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive. But the conversation doesn't end here.
This is just the beginning. Now it's up to each of us to take what we've learned and put it into practice.
To resist those attention-hungry digital zombies. To reclaim our focus.
Right.
And to use it to create a life that is more meaningful.
Yeah.
More connected and more fully our own.
So to our listeners, we leave you with this question.
Okay.
If every minute not scrolling is a victory,
yeah,
what will you do with your newfound freedom?
What will you create? What will you experience?
Yeah.
What will you become?
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
Yes.
Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and stay mindful.